Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. Starting our weekend off well. Looks like the chat was really going this morning. Everybody was talking. Charlie was moderating. I got screen grabs from Sharon. Your sister likes to type in the chat. Although you like to type in the chat too.
But she likes to do the faces.
So good morning to everyone. Hope your weekend's off to a good start. Let's see who we got hanging out with us. Got to go way back up to Travis, first guy in the chat. Good morning. Time Traveler was there too. What is up?
How do you pronounce the Parisius?
Ruben, what is going on? And Sharon, how's it going?
Charlie.
And Charlie. Legion, what is going on?
I did say hi to him. I said hi.
Cade, how's it going? Charlie and I are gonna be on with Cade today at about 8 o'clock Eastern, playing some Among Us. So if that's your jam, we will be there for it.
Are we Pacific or Eastern?
We are Pacific, so it'll be 5 o'clock our time. Let's see. There, everybody's talking. It's fun having Charlie in the chat.
Yeah, that's why I told her to screenshot so she'll send it
I
to
saw
you.
it. I saw it. Hello to Jennifer. She was doing a great job last night on the Wildebeest channel, talking about new books. Very entertaining.
Can I say something to you?
You said hello to her too?
Oh,
Right there?
I love exclamation points.
We do. We got Hydra Collectibles. Luke is in the chat this morning, and Luke mentioned he is very close to a huge benchmark for him. I think 400 subscribers. So if you haven't checked out my British friend, my British homie Luke, he's got some great advice, some great videos, and I think he's just really one of the harder working guys that people don't know enough about. You should check out his channel. We got Rena in the chat, so you woke all of them up, Charlie. The whole crew.
You're welcome.
Oh, I almost missed Kirk from Comics on the Mind. He's in the garden with his coffee, so there you go. There you go. It does sound very peaceful, right? I should send photos of your garden. Oh, man, everybody's got gardens going. Oh, my gosh. And Kate's falling asleep. He's 5 subscribers away, so we could totally make it happen, get him to 400. That would be awesome. If you have not subscribed to Hydra Collectibles, and any of my wrenches can drop the link if they need to. Fuchsia says, can't stay long. She is going to work. Sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
But, bills got to be paid, right? Bills got to be paid. Morbius is here. How you doing, my man? He joined us for X-Men this last week. He's slaying the game, man. He's got some banger books. Raging Cajun is here. Jeff Schultz, what's going on? He's going to start some yard work. All right, I get it. I often listen to YouTube while doing yard work myself. Tom. And Sleepy Reader. Yeah, Bobby, what is up, Bobby? Ariel is in the chat. Good morning to you. How you doing? Guten Morgen to Joel the Geek. His Instagram has been blowing up like crazy lately. He's been dropping some great pearls. No, but he clearly he's saying good morning. Chris Lopez, what is up? I got issues is in the chat. And I think we're basically already caught up. Kirk subbed already. That is awesome. Dank says he's stripping and repainting his parents' deck in 90-degree weather, but he's got those headphones going. There you go. That's hilarious. But good for you helping the parents out. That's nice of you.
What did Sharon write?
I forgot that. Yes. There's a drawing for a winner from a giveaway that Cade is doing on his channel. But all you have to do is find his video, his Bowser video, and leave a comment. And then you're entered to maybe win some swag. I entered us as a team.
Yay!
We collectively are entered. Chris says, I feel you. It's tough to work in hot weather. I agree with that.
Okay.
What is up, Zen? Among Us, homie. Don't get splinters. Is that what you said? Or stay hydrated?
Don't get one.
Okay. Yeah. Got to avoid the splinters and stay hydrated. Very important rules.
So I sometimes don't follow the water one.
The water one. Yeah. I do have to remind you to drink water.
I don't drink water at home, but at school I drink it.
You're a growing tree. You need water to grow. That's how it works. Look at Kate's fingernails today. You're on point. Did you do those yesterday?
I did them.
You must have done it yesterday. Oh, yeah, you want to show them off?
They're not fancy or anything.
I don't know. They're looking pretty fancy to me.
Acrylic nails.
They're not even acrylic. God, I did them myself. It's roach.
Just painted it on. Got our bagels going, and Charlie's got some good dog books to be sharing. So if my dad and my mom arrive, they can hear some good dog discussions.
Well, not my grandma gave me.
Your grandma gave you one of them, right?
And
then your teacher gave you the other one, right? So we got some dog stuff going on. Mama Comic Lucy is in the chat. Good morning, Lucy. She likes the nails. Let's see here. So I chose the thumbnail for today using the Hellfire Gala. For those that don't know, the Hellfire Club is a crew of mutants in the Marvel universe, and they throw these very crazy parties called the Hellfire Gala. And they haven't done one in a long while since the mutants have moved onto the island of Krakoa. So they've made it into a red carpet event, right? And if you put them all together, they all are supposed to be like joining covers or whatever. You're supposed to be able to connect them at some point. So I don't know. There's the Bamf from Nightcrawler, right? So they're all supposed to link. So I got these three.
Who's the back lady?
Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
That's Emma Frost.
Can I see all the dresses?
She's stunning.
She's a pretty lady, but she's the one that like can turn crystal and read your mind. And so she's a telepath.
Can I see the other ones?
And then there's Rogue.
Ooh.
And Kitty Pryde.
I like
or Kate
Rogue.
Pryde. Those are the three that I got. I chose these covers. I was like, didn't really matter to me. I just wanted some good colors. I like Russell Dodderman, who is the artist who is doing these. They should all join together when you get them all. So I'm trying to decide how. I mean, I'm reading most of the run anyway, so why not just go for it? And I like that artist a ton.
And make that your wall in the background.
But I think it's an interesting event. Because basically what's happening is the mutants are telling the world, we're a country now. This is our island. We're going to throw a big party and welcome all of you to come and see what our island is like. The only way to get to the island is really through these portals that are made out of plants that are like mutated to connect the island to other places. And people have to wear a special flower so they can walk through the portal. So like Captain America comes, so the Avengers are there. The Fantastic Four are there.
Do they have to wear the flowers the whole time?
They basically are supposed to wear the flower the whole time that they're there. Other diplomats from other countries are coming. It's like a big kind of cool event. But it's interesting because it's not an action event. It's like a spy espionage. You know those James Bond moments when he's like in his tuxedo and they're gambling and drinking and people are lying to each other? It's basically like those James Bond stories.
Okay.
So it's less of like an action event where like everybody's fighting right now, at least. It's more like a subtle espionage thing, which feels a little bit slow, but I'm still kind of enjoying it. Ariel gave us a super chat. Thank you, Ariel. You don't have to do that. It's very kind of you.
We appreciate you guys too.
Oh, we really do appreciate that. Yeah. Let's give some fun branding for Ariel there. We haven't done this one for a while. Speaking of doggies. And we haven't done this one for a little while. So thank you, Ariel. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was my dad's dog, Riley, that was Charlie's all-time favorite pet. And she passed about a year ago. But that's one of our favorite little scenes with the two of them together. We got some other people jumping in here, like Chaos is here just in time for me to be talking Hellfire Gala. Right? What is going on? Some people saying they're hard to give up on X-Men. There's so many titles, and I understand it's a lot of money. Zen says, interesting, wants to know what Reed said to, Reed whispered something to Xavier. Lots of little spy things going on. Let's see here. FOMO, his store didn't hold them for you. Oh, that's a bummer. Sorry, brother.
I think I know what he might have whispered.
What do you
I
think?
haven't even read the book.
Okay.
Maybe he's telling him that there are some people that are coming that are bad, and he's warning him, like, you need to use your powers to find out who it is.
I think they're probably threatening each other because Reed has two children, Valeria and Franklin, and Franklin and Valeria are mutants, and Franklin is supposedly one of the most powerful mutants ever.
Yeah.
And so there's people kind of trying to get him.
I think Xavier's trying to do that.
There was a story where they were trying to let Franklin come and join them on Krakoa. And of course, the Richards weren't ready to let their son just go and live somewhere else where they couldn't go and see him. Right? So it's interesting. What did I wear to the gala? I mean, pajamas, probably. I jokingly said a Borat thong. You know what that is? You've seen those memes?
I know what a thong is.
No. Borat's thong is a little different than the other.
Can I talk about this book?
Franklin turned out not to be a mutant. I don't remember the specifics of that, but maybe you're right. I forgot. What did you want to say? You want to talk about catching fire? Let me finish the Hellfire thing because that was the thumbnail I used for today. So we had 3 issues. We had Hellions, which was the best of the 3 for me. Just kind of funny watching the Hellions crew who weren't really invited to the party. Some of them got drunk and then snuck into the party and started a fight in the back, like just messing around. I thought that was pretty hilarious. Hydra hit 400. Congrats, Hydra. 402. You guys are amazing. Reed says, you don't know how we kill everyone. You do know we kill everyone here, right? Professor X, you don't have to whisper. I'm a psychic. Oh, that was Dank. He was making a joke. So that was pretty funny. And then we had X-Force, where Deadpool tried to sneak into the party, and Wolverine and a couple of the other mutants had to stop him and put him down.
Is he a mutant?
Deadpool is a mutant, yeah.
How?
Okay, is she wearing flowers?
How is he a mutant?
She doesn't have to wear, the mutants don't have to wear a flower. The people who are coming from the outside world do. And then the first issue of this storyline was Marauders, and that was really when everybody was arriving, and you could see Emma was trying to manipulate the situation a little bit to make it work. Overall, I did not love these 3 issues. They were a very slow start. I like the concept. I'm just hopeful. Whoa, bagel on me. You bageled me. Yeah. Want to go grab a paper towel? I got bageled. I got schmeared. I'm just glad the couch didn't get smeared, although it's definitely got a lot of other stains and stuff on it. Looks like. I like the Hellfire Gala concept, and I'm hopeful that the later issues will get a little bit bigger. Yeah, Deadpool sneaks into everything.
Now, how did Deadpool become a mutant?
You're born a mutant. You basically have it
what are
genetically.
His powers, then?
He can regenerate. He's basically like Wolverine. He can heal almost instantly.
Oh, that's
you chop his arm off, he'll grow an arm back. It doesn't happen like instantly, but that you know, the only thing he can't heal are these burns he got
on his face
when they were sort of like activating his mutant power. He got these burns, and he can't make that go away. That's about it. So he tries to break into the gala. Wolverine gets in a fight with him, and then another mutant, I can't remember who, somebody else shows up and then like sets Deadpool on fire and like kicks him off the island. But very funny. It was a funny little silly kind of thing. One of his superpowers is very colorful vocabulary, says Cade. That's probably true. Hoodat is here. King Hoodat and we were on Tony Sanders' show having a blast last night. And actually, a lot of the books that I have behind me are the ones that I tried to play to beat this guy. But you can't beat Hoodat. He's just he brings some fire. It was a lot of fun though. A lot of fun. Let's see. I also missed a cool question here. So yes, they're swapping the writers, right? The creative team on Venom was Cates, and he's now moving over to the Hulk. And Al Ewing is moving over to Venom, and that's going to happen in the fall, I guess, somewhere. I don't know how I feel about a team of writers. So Ram V and Al Ewing are both writing Venom. I'll probably give it at least one issue, but I'm not super pumped on the double writer thing. That seems a little weird. And it didn't work for me on Valkyries when they had Ewing and Jason Aaron working together. That didn't seem necessary, and it seemed a little off, and it just didn't time really well. So that I'm not super pumped on that part. But I like Donny Cates on Hulk. I think that could be a lot of fun. So we'll see where this all kind of goes. All right. TMNT would be awesome. Hey, Pop is here. Perfect time for the girls to share some books. What's up, Dad? Good morning. All right, Kate, you want to talk about your book? Are you okay? You look like you're ready to go to sleep. She's preparing mentally for a camping weekend with her best friend. They're going to be camping on the beach, right?
Malibu.
Yeah, for 2-3 nights.
3 nights and 2 days.
So
and I get motion sick. So I don't know. My stomach's really tight right now, and I don't really want to.
Motion sick from what though? The drive?
I get sick in every drive I've ever.
You're fine. You drove all the way to Colorado and Utah and fine.
No, never mind. You're not listening to me. But okay, so this is the book Catching Fire. Sorry, that was weird. But this is the book Catching Fire. It's the second book in the Hunger Games series, and it's not as bad as the third book. I was mentally preparing myself to talk about it because it really aggravates me in every way. But
this book triggers you? Yeah. Why?
All the parts in the arena are fine. Like, okay, all the people are cool. Everything in the arena, that's really cool to me. Yes,
the design of the arena and the problems they face, the fighting and all that stuff, you're digging.
Yeah, we're listening to you. But like the beginning is so stupid. Like she's like, "Oh no, I've spent my whole life with PETA instead of Gale." I'm like, "Bruh, Gale's not a good person. Such a rat."
I don't like
Gale.
Jason wants to know where are the bagels.
I
finished one.
Charlie's on her second one. Kate's taking a break because she's sharing a book. But they're right here.
It? I like the first book, but
what
the
do you
second,
think? I despise that series. Sorry.
It kind of.
I love the first one. I think that first book
really
is
good.
Really a really clever idea, well executed.
It's a smart idea, but it's a bit scary sometimes.
Certainly scary, but I think that first book is lights out good.
Perfect.
And then none of the other books live up to that.
I don't cry in any of the other books.
I was
didn't
happy.
anyways.
Gang says he gets super motion sick too. His aunt taught him a trick that if you look as far in the distance as you can, stabilize your vision with your equilibrium. It'll help a lot.
Okay.
And I think Kate's bigger problem is that she likes to read in the car.
That's not okay.
And that's most of the time you've been nauseous. It's because of that.
Can I explain?
Yes.
When we're driving, there's a bunch of signs, and I'm gonna read the signs because I'm focusing on that, and so that probably gets me more motion sick. It's not really like motion sickness; it's more like being in a car. My stomach always feels nauseous. I always feel nauseous, no matter where we're really going. even if it's like to school, sometimes I feel a little nauseous after that because there's like hills and stuff
Right.
or whatever. So it's kind of just like that. But
You're
longer
better like
drives
when
are
you
worse,
when
but
you
I
listen
can
to
bear it.
music
I'm not
in the
like
car.
dying
Yeah,
inside.
when you listen to music or watch a movie in the car, you don't
I'm
get sick.
fine.
You're cool. Or when
I'm
you're just
not
looking
thinking
at the
about it.
nature or whatever.
Or if I'm just closing my eyes and laying there.
I
Right.
don't know why.
It's when you ever try to read stuff. That's the
And I'm
challenge.
looking
When
at
I'm in the
focusing.
car-
And I get the same way if I read in the car.
I usually don't get sick when I'm in the car. I don't know why I don't get sick. Usually I don't get
Get an audiobook. Yeah, Sleepy Reader, we've done that a bunch. We've listened to a lot of audiobooks.
I don't get boat sickness. I don't get car sickness. I don't get home. Sometimes I get homesick, but and I've never really done things like that. But what I like to do is I just like to look out my window
Mhm.
and watch everything, every single little thing. So that way, if I like it, just everything, I like know where we're going.
Right.
Sometimes, like I memorize the way that we go to school. So, like when you drive in to school, I'm like, okay, we're going to go through that house.
And that turn and then this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Plus, I'm super excited and nervous.
To be hanging out with your friend.
I'm excited for that. Yeah.
What's up, White Shadow? Good morning.
I can never be a
I missed
pirate.
it. There it is. White Shadow, good morning. And I wanted to say Perry dropped his video on Pulp Fiction
I can be
the other day. Oh, he's way up here. Perry's way up here. And it was really entertaining. I really enjoyed the rewind. It's kind of fun. It's like rewatching the movie for yourself, right? So like it was fun to see his reaction to that. Just like his Reservoir Dogs one. I'm a early Tarantino fan, so I'm excited to kind of see that.
You know,
your girls sound like the best road trip buddies. They are. We've driven to Utah.
We drove to San Francisco
like 7 or 8 times now, right?
And
I think we've driven that 9-hour drive to Utah 7 or 8 times. Plus, we drove the length of California.
And we went to the
we are
Southern
like
Islands, too.
we are almost in San Diego, and we drove all the way basically to Oregon, and that was 3 summers ago. And we stopped in Berkeley area, and then we stopped in.
We went all the way up to Redwood, and then all the way
Redwood
back
National
we
Park.
hit San Francisco.
I think that one of the
So
reasons.
we've definitely driven a lot with these ladies.
I think that one of the reasons that I'm a good car trip buddy is because I get like really quiet when we're going to new places that we haven't really been before.
Okay.
Like when we were riding to San Francisco, or when we're going places, it's just I like to be quiet so I can take in everything, every noise, every sound, kind of like what a dog does.
What's up, Justin?
And sometimes Kate and I will watch a movie and then I don't look, but every once in a while I'll keep looking, even though I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, I think you girls are pretty good about driving. We've always done driving road trips with you girls. We haven't ever really flown with you. Kate flew when she was really little, doesn't remember it, but that's about it. So we've pretty much just done car trips anywhere we want to go.
Is Portland in Maine?
Portland is in Oregon. There might be a Portland in Maine as well, because those, some cities are, ubiquitous is the fancy word, meaning that they're very common.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Paris in Texas. So, I mean, at that point,
we just keep talking about road trips. It's really fun. Is that okay?
Oh, wait,
Did you finish talking about your book? I know you love the arena segments in that book.
I hate Gail as a character.
Not a big fan of Gail. Not a big fan of the ending for that book because it kind of abruptly ends.
With some stupid cliffhanger that makes no sense.
And of course, the beginning was too slow for you.
Yeah, and then the next book's all about.
What?
There's like 15 chapters of just stupid stuff I don't want to read.
Promiscuous Time Traveler says he's got a 15-hour drive from Los Angeles. There you go. Jennifer's driven from Florida to Oregon.
3 times.
That's the width of our country, right? From basically where Rod and Alec and Perry live across the country all the way up to Oregon.
Jennifer, I'd love to do that with you, but we're going to have to pack a lot of movies. Actually,
it's not just the width of our country. It's almost the height of our country, too, because she's going across and then up at the same time diagonally. That is quite a drive. Holy cow.
I'd love to do that. But we got to stop.
We have several road trips planned. Yes, because Rena is driving all around to do her books signings this summer. There's a Scotland in Connecticut. Good morning. There you go. Yeah.
Could keep talking about that.
I mean, I don't know any other road trips that you've really done. Most of the time, we just go to Utah. In the winter, the girls like to go skiing, and my stepfather has a place in Utah that in an area called Bryan Head that we've gone to a bunch.
There's that. Charlie, you can go. Sorry.
When you guys were talking about Texas, that there's a Paris in Texas, did you know that there's actually an island, like a place where there's so much that there's one place that is filled with so much trash that it's as big as Texas. And it's just filled with trash. That's it. As big as Texas. Texas is huge.
I've been pitching this idea to JP Budget Collecting that we need a comic community camping crew. That we pick a location and whoever wants to come along can make it. We just camp out for a long weekend and just hang out, read comics and hike and cook and chill. I'm all about it. There is a Paris in California, but it's spelled a little differently. Charlie, you're invited to go on Jennifer's next road trip. I don't know if Kate and I got the invite. I'm sure you got the invite.
But one time we went to Bryan Head. We usually go in the winter because we can ski and stuff.
Yeah, we usually stay in the cabin and ski and hang out. Yeah, your cousin. Throw snowballs, build snowman, sled.
Yeah. But one year we went for the summer. We went fishing at the dock across the street.
Yeah, there's a little man-made lake there. They stock it with tiny little fish.
And then the guy hooked his rod on my pants.
Oh goodness, that's what you take away. That's what you remember from it,
dude. I don't even remember that. But anyway, so.
But the summer one was fun because we got to go see some national parks.
Well, that wasn't that one, was it?
But we've done it in the summer. I'm saying.
I feel
we've seen
really?
Bryce Canyon and Zion.
I thought it was that year we had like barely any snow because I remember it being fairly cold. And there was a little bit of snow.
No, it was nice.
Oh.
And then Cedar Breaks National Park. There's a ton of national parks up in that area.
Actually.
Joel's saying camping and comics sounds fun. He's been to Paris, California. His dad loved trains, and there's a huge interactive train museum there. What? Fishing, right?
We're both excited as well.
So yeah, we do and then hiking and biking up in that area is a lot of fun, right?
When I went fishing, so we had this lucky fishing rod that all their cousins were using, and they were like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" So I was like,
"The lucky rod." Oh, yeah. I remember this story.
And I took it and I cast it out, and the little rod that you reel it in,
the reel
launched with the string.
Yeah,
reel. So I was like, and then we grabbed the string, we were rolling it back up, and then it got stuck, and then I had to apologize to my grandfather. I felt terrible.
The reel was very loose on this old children's rod, basically, and when she cast it, the whole reel just flew off. So all we were left with was the rod and two ends of the fishing line. Yeah. And you'd try to pull it in, but it would just unreel. And, you've got 1,000 yards of fishing wire to the end of the reel at the bottom of the lake. It's kind of done it.
It was an emotional thing. But yeah, we caught and released. I think we only caught one fish.
Yeah, almost all the fish we caught, we released. They were just too tiny. And it was more just the fun of learning how to do it.
Yeah. And we took all the hooks out and helped them and stuff.
I took all the hooks.
Yeah, because it's nasty.
I was the one who was in charge of that.
I watched it though. I was trying to learn how.
I have no light over here, and then I'm like,
if you still let them go, they still have a hole in their face. That's a very important fact. Kate is spreading there. It's not untrue.
Is there sharks or other animals in the lake?
Of course.
There's sharks?
No. Sharks are saltwater animals.
I know, but
they live in the ocean.
They're salty. Are there alligators?
No.
Crocodiles?
No.
Eels?
There's hippos too, Chuck.
Only electric eels and manta rays. No, there's just fish. Just tiny little fish. Not much of anything. We're not in, Utah is not the area where you'd find those kind of animals. If you went fishing with...
hey, sorry. Okay. I was just making a joke.
If you went fishing down in Florida, then you might find some gators, because gators are down in the swamps of the sort of southeast of the United States. No crocodiles, though. Crocodiles you would find in Africa and Australia. And how I remember that is I think of how you shorten the word crocodile or gator. You know, you'd say gator, get them gators. It sounds like you're in the South, versus croc sounds more like Australian. Oh, I'm going to get this croc.
It's
Kill a
crocodilla.
croc.
It's crocodilla.
That's how I remember those. Bull sharks can survive in fresh water. Yeah, but probably not in Utah. I mean, I don't know where you find those. The eddy sharks that swim upstream in the big rivers. Loch Ness Monster's cousin lives nearby.
Damn
So you're kind of
gators.
losing your cushion here.
I thought that said downward.
Cade.
I heard it rains down in Africa. I can actually say, Joel, I have felt the rain down in Africa. I have actually done that.
Felt the rain down in Africa.
Specifically in Malawi, but
Have you been to-
in Florida, but not everything's unsafe in Florida. Raging Cajun, come on, it's Florida. You got like giant bugs and giant everything's. You know, you're in a swamp down there. You got everything dangerous.
Florida's scary.
Killer great white sharks, I'm sure, and all that kind of stuff. It's the Australia of the United States. Let's just be honest.
Isn't Australia part of the United States, or is it?
No, Australia is
I thought
a country
you
somewhere else.
meant Hawaii. I'm so sorry.
Hawaii is part of the United States. Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Killer iguana.
Snakes.
Florida is
Snakes.
scary, but mostly because of the people I know who live there. Like Rod
Squeaks.
lives there. That guy's kind of scary. Perry,
Doesn't Al
White Whale
live there?
Comics,
Yeah, that
Stay
was-
Puff. There's some very scary homies down there.
Still stuck
Steve
in
Whiting,
prehistoric times when it comes to bugs. When it comes to most
Those
things.
are my
Jeff Comic
friends.
816.
Oh,
Those
people-
are my friends.
Yeah, I don't like mosquitoes either.
We went on a camping trip in August of 2020, and it was around my first day of school, and I remember we got a ton of bugs all over my
Yes.
like mosquitoes all over my
Major
legs, and I have
mozzies.
so many scars from
Yeah,
like
mom
all
and
of
Kate.
them,
Mom and Kate got so many bugs. I swear, Dad and I got like 2 or 3.
like 40.
Yeah,
something
we
like
kept
that. It was
teasing them.
insane.
Like we kept making jokes about it. Where Dad would go up to them and they'd be like, "Look at all these bug bites." Like I got this one like right here. On my
Please do
finger.
not feed or molest the alligators. Richard
What does
Matheson's
molest
original
mean?
script for Jaws had a shark in freshwater lake. Yikes.
Jaws 3.
Born and raised in Florida explains a lot. Explains so much.
No.
Name dropping
This is my
Florida
friend.
crazy people. You know, Florida man.
What is
I know a lot of
molest
Florida
mean?
men.
What does molest mean?
I want
Bother.
an outdoor trip and I went to an outdoor trip and got so many mosquito bites. I know. It's a
You must be
struggle.
tasty, Cade.
Ugh.
We could be snacks together, Cade.
Yeah, my wife got bit a ton.
Dude, I got
Oh.
We
like
didn't
devoured.
get bit.
Old wolf,
I
what is
was-
up?
I was too sweet for them.
Thanks for coming by, man. Hope you're having a nice weekend.
Too sweet.
Did you get bit a bunch?
Snack club.
No, I didn't.
Charlie
I didn't
got-
get bit at all.
Snack for the bug boys. Perfect.
Charlie hasn't shared her books yet. You want to share yours? We're 30 minutes in and Charlie hasn't shared a book yet.
I
That's-
just like talking.
we're on our typical trajectory.
Did you see that? Perfect.
Proteus script I sent you. I don't remember. Probably. I think I did.
Is
Big
that-
Will is here. What's going on?
is that
And
Chet?
Chet, hello to you.
Is that Chet the salad eater?
Chet the salad eater. Yes, it is Chet the salad eater.
Because I won't remember that it's Scotland.
Scotland.
I'm gonna have to remember it by.
But he's not
the
actually in
salad
Scotland.
eater.
He's not in Scotland. He might have ancestors from Scotland. I don't know.
Well, he
With a last name like that.
He should name his YouTube channel this Chet the Salad Eater and have a little animation of the salad.
All right. Well, we've got Bella's story by W. Bruce Cameron. What can you tell us about this book?
It's an amazing.
It's a chapter book, right? Yeah.
It's just so good. There are pictures in it, but
There
like
are?
2 or 3. Yeah, see, you just went by one.
Yeah,
That's
there is.
Dutch and
Bella, I'm assuming.
this one is Bella.
Uh-huh.
This one is Dutch.
Gotcha.
They're so cute.
You told me something interesting because this is the second one of these you've read. This is the one your teacher loaned you.
Mm-hmm.
And Grandma gave you another book
Yes.
from the same writer in this series.
Yes.
But you said you noticed something about each of the books and how they're different but similar. What were you telling me?
I feel like each book kind of represents an emotion.
Okay.
Like this one, which I believe I've shared before, is
This is the
Bailey's
first
story
one?
the first one that I read.
Bailey's
And
story.
it's a boy, and I noticed two things. One, that each book that I've read, the dog's name has been with a B,
Okay.
like Bruce Cameron.
Okay. Bella,
and that
Bailey.
they both have an emotion that I feel like they show.
Okay.
Bailey shows more of a anger, fury.
So this story
kind
is
of.
centered around the emotion of anger in some ways?
It feels like it.
Or dealing with it?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about Bella?
That one kind of shows more curiosity, sadness.
Sadness, you mentioned to me, right?
Yeah, sadness, curiosity.
Interesting.
Adventure a little bit.
Well, I just like that. It seemed like a nice criticism, or not criticism, but way to describe the story a little bit. I thought that was
I
interesting.
think they're really good books for adults and kids. I learned a new word in the Bella one.
In the Bella one?
Muled.
Muled. Yeah.
Apparently that's what a baby cat will do when they're scared.
Uh-huh.
They'll muled.
MEWL. Mule.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like a donkey, but it's not a donkey. But Bella's story is really fun to learn about. To read.
Because
she's a pit bull.
She's a baby pit bull.
And I didn't know that pit bulls used to be raised as like killer dogs.
They can be, yeah. If raised wrong, they can be a somewhat dangerous breed.
And so, of course, her owner, who owns her, lives in a neighborhood in a city where they don't allow pit bulls because of that.
Interesting.
So he has to move away, but his mom was in war in Afghanistan, so she's hurt, so she can't really like move and walk around. So it would be, and they don't have enough money really.
So it's a little bit of the sadness of maybe not being able to have the dog and live where you want to live. Some of that. Hold on 1 second. I feel like you're going to get into the whole story, and I'm not going to be able to get to some of these questions because we're missing some things. Mm-hmm. I don't know what GON or Gone comics are, so I would say no. We probably have not. Tell me some more about it. I'd like to hear some more about it. Yes. I'm very excited about this. I'm glad that I've got Hulu because I'm going to be watching this with bated breath. Very, very excited about that. I'm also super pumped on the concept that they've have like a ton of women working on this show. It's got all the episodes are directed by women. All the writing staff is primarily women, as far as I understand. And the showrunner is a woman. So it's going to be just like the show, which really only has one male character. The concept, it sounds like they're really nailing it. Let's see here. Did I miss something? Joel says puppy stories are the best stories. Boom. And let's see here. Did we miss anything else? Justin in 3 years will be the next Hindenburg. Oh my gosh. You guys are hilarious. Pizza is life. You guys are hilarious. Rena said, Sharon says, Rena, Kate, and I have our phones on, so John's voice is reverberating through the house. Well, I'm sorry about that. Problems.
Oh, no, Daddy.
Justin, I grew up in the Bronx. That pizza's the devil.
Daddy.
There you go. On the reverse.
They're complaining. They want to hear my voice.
They want to hear your voice. My voice does tend to boom.
It is. When we
Big Will says he's had 3 dogs and he loves
we had
them.
to do an assignment for school where we had to interview our parents and see what we like to do together. I did my mom first in the morning because she had to go for work, and this is when I was still online. And she was like this nice, calm, quiet voice.
Uh-huh.
And then it was like, boom, now we're into Dad's. And it was so much louder.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Lady Fantastic's going to be on Comic Gories on Monday, so you better be there and cheer her on. But yeah, we were talking about how Y the Last Man, which is a comic book about only one man left alive on Earth, is being sort of creatively managed by a slew of women, producers, writers, directors, showrunners, all of these amazing women, which I thought was kind of cool. Not complaining. It's just funny. Okay, there you go. I would complain, but that's me. Sorry. So do you want to get back to Bailey or Bella? Sorry. Bella and Bailey.
Because so they end up sending her to Lucas, who's the boy's friend's uncle and aunt, while they get Lucas a new house outside of the city.
Okay, so he's away from
And
his dog then for a while.
Bella, they taught Bella so many things, and one of them is called "Go Home."
Okay.
Do go home, and when they say "Go home," she runs to the house.
Okay.
And at one point, she's they're talking. The aunt
Simon?
and uncle are talking in the kitchen, or they're talking outside, and Bella hears him say "Go home," and she thinks that they're talking to her. She's because she's still inside, she can't get out to be able to go outside, and they're
so she's trying to get all the way back to the house where she comes from. That's a long
like
journey.
7 hours away. But she also doesn't really. She can't smell him super well because they're so far away. So that her smell scent, she can't rely on her nose. So eventually they let her outside. She climbs up their slide and jumps over the fence and gets away. And she meets a lot of fun animals on the way. She meets a cougar, who she calls Big Kitten, and she lived with cats when she was younger. They lived under a little deck.
I've called your mom a cougar before.
They live under a deck where she used to have her litter mates and some kittens and a mother cat. And when the dogs, everyone was taken away, she lived with the mother cat. So she's used to cats.
Okay.
And she calls it Big Kitten. And they live together. And Big Kitten, Bella says, "I'm the mother cat of Big Kitten," even though she's a dog, because her Big Kitten's mother was shot in front of Big Kitten.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and she meets Big Kitten a few times.
Hold on, we're getting past stuff here again. There's a couple things I wanted to mention that came up.
A+ for Kate.
Chromosomes. You guys are getting into chromosomes, and then Lady F saying immune genes are based on the X chromosomes, which is why dudes are kind of babies when they get sick, but women are prone to autoimmune disease. Look at the science that's dropping in here. Dropping it, and yeah, this is kind of my stuff.
What are we talking about?
Right now, we're talking about this super chat from Simon R.
What were we talking about before?
A great start to the weekend. Well, I'm happy that you feel that way, and that I'm not totally ruining the weekend. Right, probably. Let's do some branding for Simon R.
Dolphin laugh.
The dolphin laugh. Okay, here's the dolphin laugh from Charlie. Hey. All right, and then let's do one of the Vader ones. Which one do you want, Caters? Do you want a different one? What do you want?
Could do that.
This one?
Froggo.
The frog one? Okay, here we go. You're gonna shame me on my own show, chat? Jeez, man. Yes, I had a goatee for a long time, and then slowly evolved into the beard. Slow and steady. What are you gonna do? Let's see here. All right.
So what were we talking about before I came in here?
Animals, her books, the kittens. Well, we were talking about a TV show and a comic. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
But it's a really good book.
Bella's a good book.
And
which one do you like better?
Ethan. Sorry.
What? How'd you know that's the name of Bailey's owner? know that? Oh, this is Ethan.
Which
Oh,
one is
mind
better is my
reader.
question.
Well, it depends on many things. On a few things, like what you're comparing to. Like this one is fun. Like it's fun to read, and there's a bunch of stuff.
You're
This one
really
definitely-
trying not to pick one, aren't you?
No, and this one doesn't have. But I don't know. This one's funnier.
Bella is funnier.
Yeah, Bella's funnier, but this one has more sick.
Well, this looks like a
Emotions.
golden retriever, which I know you're a bigger
Yeah,
golden
so-
retriever fan. That's a tricky one. That's tough.
I know.
Are there more in this series?
I think there are more, but he doesn't. I don't know if he puts it at the end. I don't think he puts it.
Sometimes they put it at the beginning of the book, where they list all the books.
Oh yes, he does. He has a dog's
Ellie's,
purpose.
Dog's Purpose, Dog's Journey, Dogs of Christmas.
Yeah, see, they each have a dog's way home, which is one of the ones in the back. Max's story, Molly's story, Shelby's story,
Oh
Toby's
man,
story,
there's a lot of
Lily's
stories.
story, Ellie's story, Bailey's story.
Which one would you read again, says Raging Cajun. Oh man, she'll read both of these again. She's probably already read Bailey's story twice, right?
3 times, twice.
Ooh, called it.
So good.
Thank you, Kate.
I'm gonna
These-
get the other
These
one.
are her, yeah, these are her online computer glasses to
I think
My blue light
Toby's.
glasses.
save her from the blue
I
light a
think
little bit.
Toby's story is probably a terrier.
Big Will had a half Saint Bernard for his last dog. That's a big dog.
They're fun to wear too.
Unless it's like a
we
Saint
did-
Bernard Chihuahua
we did
mix or something.
We did a quiz in class, like a one.
No more science, Kate.
computer one.
Yes, please.
So Lady F, if you don't know, is a scientist, a doctor.
Wow.
And she says, well, women have 2 X chromosomes, and there's a process called X inactivation. If women have a faulty copy of a gene on the X chromosome, but the other X chromosome has a functional copy, they'll have a compensatory mechanism.
Wow.
See, I'm learning stuff that I don't even fully understand, but I'm just here for it. I'm
She's
here
a
for the
She's a
science.
scientist.
She is.
She's smart.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
did a quiz in class with dog breeds. We had to guess the dog breed. And surprise, surprise, I got first place. I was the only person in the class who actually knew the names of each dog breed. I mean, they were fairly easy. We had Golden Retriever, and I was the first person to push it.
Yeah.
He gets the headaches from the screens. There
I
you
got
go.
these from my best friends.
I do
so
too,
it's kinda
Kate.
cool.
I do
Nice.
too. I get massive
Good
headaches
Eye
a lot.
Legion. Yeah, I got some of my favorite books here. I pulled them out to be on Tony Sanders' show last night and play against Who Dat with my 5 favorites that I have here at my house and his 5 favorites that are not TMNT. Both of us held off of our like Grail books. We kind of played some of the one tier down books. But yeah, I didn't end up using my Sentinel books, and I didn't end up using this first Wolverine. I used some other books instead.
Bye, Pop Pop. We love you.
Pop Pop is going to take his dog Bailey for her walk. There you go.
Pop Pop, tell Grandma that I loved Bailey's story, and I finished reading it 3 times.
There you go.
I'll see you next
I
week,
loved
Pop Pop.
it.
Go, Charlie, go. There you go. Would you, Promiscuous Time Driver says, would you like me to tell you the future of batteries? Oh my
Yes.
goodness. I don't even know what that means.
Sure.
All about the first red suit. Don't bump it over, Kate. That's the
Oh,
one
no,
right behind
that's
you. He's
close.
talking about that first Daredevil in the red suit. I did play that one for sure. Lady F, I could listen to you talk about science for hours. Absolutely. Have fun camping, Kate.
Thank you.
Take it easy, Chet. Thanks for coming, my man.
Bye, salad eater.
His Bernie Block says his dog is smiling at him, all the teeth. There you go. Sonny, the family dog. Hello to you, Sonny.
Stop. You
Should I
know
click
what
on
it
it
is?
and see what it is?
Wait, can I just
Oh,
say
I think
something?
I know exactly
Don't
who this
say-
is.
Don't say the
Look
name.
at
Don't say
Sonny.
the name. Don't say the name.
Look at the little puppy, Sonny.
They don't like
Yes.
their name.
Nicole.
Don't.
Okay.
Are you kidding me, Charlie?
Okay. It was not that big of a deal, and you need to pump the brakes and chill. But look how cute Sonny looks. Look at the cute little puppy. That's pretty adorable. Liquid vanadium redox flow batteries and solid state glass batteries are the future. I remember when it was like all the differences between NiCad and lithium batteries, and that was the big difference. And I was in film school, they were talking about the different kind of batteries you wanted for your digital cameras. because a NiCad battery has a memory, which means like if I use half of it and then I charge it, the battery life will shrink slowly.
Mm-hmm.
You have to drain the full battery and then charge it fully back up, and that's how it has to work. Versus a lithium battery has no memory. So I could use 10% and then charge it back to 100% and it would not forget. But if I did that with the other battery, it would have memory and it would mess it all up. So that was a big deal when picking, and lithium batteries way more expensive than NiCad, nickel cadmium batteries.
Electromagnetic metals, that's what Cade said.
What's that?
Cade said electromagnetic metals.
Yeah. So apparently, yeah, these might be the new kinds of batteries in the future. There you go. Nerd out with superconductors, right? Rare earth metals. Look at you. I love these. I love the science talk we got going on today. Raging Cajun says, have a good weekend. He's going to go play, see his godson and play soccer. Good times. Enjoy it. There you go. All right. So we've kind of gone through most of our books.
There's James Watson.
Good morning, James Watson. How are you doing? Should I share some more books, or should we what are we feeling, girls? Are we looking forward to Loki? Loki comes on Wednesday.
I'm not gonna be able to watch it with you guys.
Well, you might be over at Pop-Up and Grandma's, right? So maybe you watch it with Pop-Up and Grandma and see what you think. Lady F and Promiscuous Time Travel need to do a podcast. Yes. Magnetic alternators to minimize friction.
Does it cost money to make your own podcast?
Mining rare earth metals is hard on the environment. I could definitely see that.
Does it cost money to make a podcast, Daddy?
Did you read Green Lantern this week? I did, Todd Christian. I can talk about that one. What was your question, Caters?
Does it cost money to make a podcast?
I mean, you need a computer, so you got to buy the computer and the microphone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the kind of microphone you'd buy, and this is the kind of computer you'd need. So it's not like it wouldn't cost us anything more than we're doing for YouTube.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of people just take the show they're doing on YouTube
and put it
and just isolate the audio and post that as a podcast. This is the new issue of Green Lantern, and I will say my biggest gripe, my biggest frustration is that DC has now turned this into having two, like a main and a secondary story. So there's a backup story, and that just bugs the crap out of me. I don't know why they need to pull this garbage of having two stories sort of wedged in. Dudes Talking Comics. What's up, Mo? How you doing, man? Roscoe, what's going on, Roscoe? Lots of people jumping in here, hanging out, saying hi. I have not watched this yet. Is it kid friendly, Jennifer? I don't know how kid friendly Sweet Tooth is. I was assuming it was a Jeff Lemire indie, so it's probably not cool for kids, but I do want to see it. Thank you very much, Sonny. We appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say that. So I will say I enjoyed the second story in here a lot more than the first. The first story seems to be a John Stewart story that is unrelated and unconnected. If they bring the two stories together in a few issues, I'll be fine. But if they have it as legitimately two stories going on, I'm going to really be bugged by this. It's really just not going to stick well with me. The second story is about Joe and Teen Lantern and everything that's going on with the destruction of the giant OA battery for charging their lanterns. All of that stuff blew up in the second issue, which was a bonkers great issue. So I'm not sure where this is going to go. I'm not a big fan of the double stories. I like John Stewart. I want him in the other story. I just want one great story with Teen Lantern, Joe, John Stewart. I want all those characters together in one. That's what I really, really want. So this was a bit of a step down from issue 2 for that main reason. But so I'm hopeful that this is that these two stories are connected and that they'll bridge them together at some point. If they don't, I'm going to get grouchy about it.
Hal Jordan then?
A journalist doing his research. There you go.
Or is it the John
What's
This
that?
is
That's John
Hal
Stewart. That's John
also.
Stewart. Although Hal Jordan does
Is
make
in
an
it?
appearance.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Well, they were saying that this was not going to focus on him, that this is going to focus on other Green Lanterns. That was kind of the whole point. But right here at the end, I mean, spoiler, I don't know that anybody cares because you're either buying this or you don't care. At the end, we get a little glimpse of Hal getting a message to stay away because Joe is worried that everybody's going to be in danger. The main story was just okay. It wasn't as good as issue 2, which was so good. Issue 2 was so freaking good. And I love all the stuff with the gal from Far Sector, Joe. She's a great character and very interesting. And I'm pumped on more of that. And watching her, she doesn't get along with kids well. And watching her kind of talk to and work with Teen Lantern was really cool. And I like that. That's what they call her. She's Hispanic. I'm not sure where she's from. She speaks Spanish and English.
Daddy, can I read that? Because it was not. I only started reading.
Did you read issue 2 already? Okay. Yeah, check it out. You really hate the double story. Be glad you never started reading till the 80s. Most of the 80s comics had more double stories. Yeah, I don't like it. It's just bad. And then you feel like you're paying for a story that's not important. Lady F says, the reason I loved X-Men was because they integrated so much science, right? Half of the 80s and 90s was spent chasing around Scott and Jean for their genes. This is true. A lot of genetic stuff. Cade's Bowser video almost has 200 views. Go check it out. It's super short. You can watch it, have a couple of laughs, and leave a comment, and then be entered in their thing to win.
Yeah, Cade's super funny.
All right. Tried to watch Sweet Tooth too close to what is occurring right now. Stopped watching after 10. There you go. Got a little anxious from it. I get that. I didn't see if Jennifer answered if it's for kids or not. I don't know. Let's see here. Big Will says, sorry, I already read that one. Sorry. I already read that comment. So if anybody knows if Sweet Tooth is definitely not for kids, I don't think it is for kids. So I might have to just talk the wife into watching it. Drop a link for his video. Yeah. Sharon has a wrench, I think.
What do you do, Daddy?
I can't because I'm not in YouTube right now. I'm in StreamYard. I'd have to open another window and do a whole thing. And sorry, I'll tell you what, when I'm done here, I will post in my community tab Cade's video so that you can find it in my community tab. You just click on my channel, go over to community and click there and we'll post it. Mm-hmm. I don't even have my phone. Oh, I have my phone in my pocket. What? Sweet Tooth isn't necessarily not for kids, but feels way less dark than the comic. Maybe I'll just watch it and then decide. Who? Sharon dropped a link. Hopefully hopefully she's got her wrench going. I'll double check that she's got a wrench. Yes, so Sharon dropped the link perfectly. There it is. But after the show, I'll post that on my community tab. Make sure I've got it shared. I'll do it right now. I'm just gonna do it right now. You're gonna watch me post it on the tab.
Wow. Check out
Cade's video.
Cade's video.
And leave a comment.
Leave a comment to enter his giveaway.
Oh, Kate's very excited with me. Posted. There it is. Done. Got it. I mean, I'm a big Jeff Lemire fan, and it's perfect that you mentioned that, Jennifer, because I've been reading my way through Black Hammer. I'm in between the first 2 volumes of Black Hammer and the big Black Hammer event. So I'm reading all the trades that go in between. Dr. Andromeda, formerly Dr. Star, but they had a legal issue, so they had to change the name of the character to Dr. Andromeda. And Sherlock Frankenstein, which is this one was my favorite of the 3. So I've read all 3 of these the last week here. I'm working my way up to the more recent stuff. I bought the Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy trade paperback. I got to buy the Barbalian one, and I got to buy the Colonel Weird one. So those 2 trade paperbacks I'm missing. But I think I have pretty much all the rest. I got the Justice League hardcover. I got to buy Quantum Age. That's another one I got to buy. So if I get those 3, I think I'll be set. So those that don't know, I'm thinking of making a video on this. So I might make an edited video on this at some point. But Black Hammer is basically an entire superhero universe. A writer named Jeff Lemire, really awesome guy. He basically crafted a whole superhero universe with a golden age and a silver age and a modern age, and characters who are similar to Superman or maybe similar to Thor or similar to Batman. Created his whole universe through many different eras, and then has been telling all these sort of interconnected stories at different times in that universe. So I just finished Black Hammer 45, which is about World War II and about some of those superheroes from World War II. Sherlock Frankenstein is a villain character who is a small side character, but then gets his own story here. And then Dr. Star, or Dr. Andromeda, is a scientist who has appeared because he has this cool suit and he's built these cool suits. And he shows up in a bigger way here. You get to kind of see his backstory and why he stopped being a superhero. So there's lots of little interconnected stories within the Black Hammer universe, all of them written by the same individual, but all with different artists. And then the main story is a connected story with like 5 main characters who are stuck and can't get to their home again and have given up being superheroes because they're trapped. Really, really cool. Yeah, they changed the name of Dr. Star, Sleepy Reader. So originally this was published in individual issues called Dr. Star. Then there was a legal dispute and it went to courts, and ended up settling outside of court. And part of the settlement involved changing all future names and all future publications of the character to Dr. Andromeda. So I've been really enjoying it. There's a bunch of websites that tell you what order to read these in. And when I'm done and caught up, I will do a video where I show you how I read it and what I think you could have done. And I'll go through all the storylines and what maybe people are specking on. I'll do a whole Black Hammer edited video for you guys because I think it's really a great universe, but I had a ton of trouble figuring out what to read first and in what order, because some of them, like these, are flashbacks and they go before, but they were published after. So the organization of it is very complicated, and they're still like last year they published Barbalian and Colonel Weird, and then this year they did Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy, which is basically a Batman and Robin in that universe. Skull Digger is like Batman and Skeleton Boy is his partner, and they're running around rooftops fighting criminals. So these guys are all based on different classic superheroes, and you can kind of like see connections and why he's doing certain types of characters. Instead of Captain America, he's got Abraham Slam, and Abraham Slam doesn't really age, and yet he was a superhero who fought the Nazis in World War II, and now he's like, probably in his 60s, and he still has the strength and everything. So there's lots of fun little interconnected stuff. I think it's a really creative universe, and I love it.
Dr. Andromeda, like the Greek goddess, not the goddess, but the Greek woman.
He's a scientist who studies the stars, and he is basically their version of a Green Lantern. He's got this glove that you can see kind of sparkling in the back here,
and then
that he utilizes. And even on his chest, there's like a sort of a Green Lantern-like symbol. Yeah, it's more like a gauntlet. And like I flipped to the page that showed you the other lanterns, you could argue. So there's definitely a golden and silver age Green Lantern vibe from Dr. Andromeda. It reminds me a lot of that.
Do you know who
I
Andromeda
like
is?
this cover, Daddy.
I know that she was a goddess, and
No,
that they
can I
named this
explain?
constellation after
How
her.
colorful that is.
Yeah, it's part of Pride Week, or Pride Month,
Month.
really. And some comic books trying to use rainbows to represent sexual orientation spectrums.
Oh, like this.
Yeah, all these books are part of Pride Month.
But so Andromeda, I love Greek mythology.
I know you love mythology, big time.
So you know Perseus, right? He's
Yes.
the one who slayed Medusa.
Slayed Medusa.
So on his way back, he had her head in this little like basket, whatever.
Okay.
And on the way back, when he was flying with the
Where's the-
shoes that Hermes gave him, he found this lady chained up to a rock.
Okay.
So he went down and he was like, "Why are you here?" And she was like, I have to be sacrificed because my mother angered the sea god, Poseidon,
Okay, Poseidon.
and the like harpies or whatever that live in the sea. I don't know what they're called, sirens maybe.
Okay.
And so she was going to be sacrificed, but so he vanquished the beast by turning it to stone. With
Yes.
Medusa's
Okay.
head.
So now I know who
and
she
he
is.
married her, and then
Mainly because I've seen
Clash
Clash of the Titans is that story.
Mm.
You get to see Perseus as a baby all the way through to killing and destroying the Kraken. All of that happens in that movie, and I was a big fan of that movie as a kid for sure.
Rod, that's what I was putting out.
What is
Why
up?
is that girl so important?
Well, because she is eventually the wife of Perseus, right?
Yeah.
They marry.
And they become royalty because...
And he is the son of Zeus.
Yeah, so he's like basically half a god because his mom. So then she marries, and they have kids, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then his like great niece, grandson, something, nephew is Hercules.
Gotcha.
Something like that.
I will say everybody's been getting on my case, but I read issue 1 and I really did not love it. So I have not read anything after that, but people have told me that later issues got a ton better and that each issue has been getting great. And it's some people's favorite book right now. I didn't like issue 1 enough to buy issue 2. And I've been pretty hard on my pull list so that if I don't like an issue, I'm probably moving on. It's same with like Noctera. Moved on. I really have to like an issue number 1 to give it a shot. There it is. That's the one I was trying to click on.
I'm a big mythology geek. Has Kate read Lore Olympus? I don't
Lore
think so.
Olympus. I don't know that one.
Is it like a chapter book or a graphic novel? Or like...
Good question. Wonder Woman starting at issue 770. Lots of good stuff going on in there. So there you go. Yeah, see, that's where I'm at. I'm not ready to be like, oh, you got to get through the first 3 issues and then it gets good. I will think about getting the trade is where I am right now, right?
Has Kate read?
It's all right, John. We have opinions. Yeah, right. 1, 2, and 3 of Radiant Black are utter garbage. There was a really huge, interesting twist at 4, so the series is 25% good. There you go. I definitely Legion's got some great knowledge on current comic reviews. I agree a bunch. This one right here.
I think that's towards me.
Yeah.
Red Wonder Woman's starting.
At issue 770, there sounds like there's a lot of mythology lore. If you start reading it at issue 770, does that make sense? I think that's the comment.
It's a web comic book.
I liked Geiger more than Noctera, but I still didn't love it enough to get issue 2. I was like right on the Geiger was really close for me to getting issue 2. If people tell me that first arc is great, I'll probably buy the trade and read it that way, which I've been enjoying reading things in trade lately a lot more. You have to do that, John. It gets too expensive. I agree. It's really expensive. And I like reading in a trade. Like I've been loving reading Black Hammer this way. It's been a lot of fun. I only have 1 issue I collected of Black Hammer. The rest I've just been reading in a trade, and I loved it. It's a web comic that you can find it on Webtoons, the app.
All right.
There you go.
Well, all right.
Kate, when I love something like Greek myths, I get an old textbook from a school, and it's just fun reading. I agree. And she's got a ton of mythology books.
Yeah, I do.
Just a bunch.
They're really cool.
Sleepy Reader says there's some Norse mythology comics. Ooh.
I've never heard of them.
Lore Olympus is the retelling of Persephone and Hades.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There's a bunch of graphic novels that Kate's been loving called, what are they called again? What's the series?
I don't know. I can go get one if you want.
You want to grab one? We've reviewed them before.
They're by something O'Connell.
Yeah, Gavin O'Connell, something like that. And she's been reading and rereading that series, and whenever there's a new one that's published, we grab those. And she's just been those are her like favorite ones. But there's a ton of books. There's a ton of things on mythology, a ton of ways to like devour mythology. So definitely a big fan. Bye, Jennifer. I will see you later. Have a great weekend. Promiscuous says, I'm selling all my comics and only picking up trades of your favorite. Honestly, it's a fun way to read. I think it's the most purest sort of form of enjoying stories, right? So here we go. It's just called Olympians. Olympians.
This is the Hera one with.
And it is George O'Connor. I said Gavin. Sorry. It's George O'Connor. And this is the Hades one, or the Hera one, sorry. And you can see on the back some of the other ones. And most LCSs that sell trade paperbacks have these. Mm-hmm. And we've got all of them now, right? I think I'm maybe missing one or two.
Apollo.
We've got a ton of these. You're missing Apollo
and Ares. Yeah.
And Ares. Okay.
But
you've read those. We got them from the library or something, right? I think you've read them all.
Yeah.
Floppies are designed for the trade paperbacks. We don't get one and done issues like we used to. I agree.
Can I read some really quickly? Hercules' mom, Alcmene, was the granddaughter of Perseus and Andromeda, whose children had gone on to found many of the greatest cities in Greece.
Okay.
And mightiest royal family. And then Zeus said that the next born child of the line of Perseus and Andromeda shall be king of all Mycenae. So then he visited her, and then he wanted to make sure it was his baby.
Oh, Zeus.
And so then
always Zeus.
So then Hera,
he's the worst.
Hera outwitted Zeus. She delayed the birth of her children and hastened the premature birth of the child of Alcmene's cousin. So then her cousin's baby will now rule instead of Hercules.
Oh, jeez.
So Hera outsmarted him.
X11, bravo. Thank you for coming by. No apologies needed. I appreciate you making some time and hanging out with us. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Hope you're having I don't know where you guys are. Hopefully time zone wise, you guys are having a nice weekend. So yes, those are Kate's favorite way to read about myths, but you've read a bunch of other things about mythology too. We are way over our time. We're at 1 hour and 11 minutes. So we probably should just wrap up and bounce out of here.
Can I click it?
Zeus gets into to cause trouble. He is a player. I agree, Jay.
He's a player. He's mean to Hera.
Let's give some updates. At 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, Charlie and I will be on the Burning Block About 99 YouTube channel, and we're going to be playing the video game Among Us and having a goof with the chat. Tomorrow night, I'm on Will the Beast's channel. No, I'm on a Big Will. See, you clicked too early here. You're messing with me.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm on Big Will's channel. Big Will's channel, playing Dungeons and Dragons at 6 my time. That's 9 Eastern. So I'm doing that. And then the next time I've got a big week on my channel next week. Monday, I'm doing Comic Gories. And this is pretty much the final episode of season 3. We're going to see how we have 2 PCP homies going head to head. But I've also got 2 other homies trying to break that up. I got Joel the Geek and I got Lady Fantastic. And they're going to try to break the PCP crew out and force their own playoff. So all of that is happening on Monday evening. That should be 6 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock Eastern. Tuesday, I am hosting a really great episode of On the X-Men. We are looking at issue 129, that mega key, the first Kitty Pryde, the first Emma Frost. We're going to be breaking down that Emma Frost, Kitty Pryde major key book. That is on Tuesday night. And then Thursday, I'll have another comic community news. If you missed the last one, go check it out. We were talking about Batman and Batman villains. So it was a lot of fun. So hopefully you check that out. Sonny is ready for more camping later. I got to give a Burning Block shout out, and he knows what branding he likes. So he's going to get his robot. Thank you, Cade.
Wow. A super chat. Thank you. You.
Could we do the dolphin ones?
No, we did. We're just doing that's for Cade, and I'll do this one. So that is my plan for the next week. Definitely check out some of the stuff we're doing over here. And I got C-List coming in saying hello to you. Thanks, everyone, for the super chats. Thank you for coming by and hanging out. Oh, there's a PCP Army homie. He's going to be watching on Monday night. Oh, man, and Joel the Geek did it too. Oh man, now I got to do some Joel the Geek love here. Let's do Legos.
Oh, wow, a super chat. Oh, man, thanks so much. But, watch out what you encourage around this place.
And how about this one?
We built this city on rockets. Meow.
Oh man, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great weekend. What is up, PJ King? You guys going off to Time Travelers head to 1924. Good luck. Enjoy the roaring 20s.
Have
We
fun.
are going to enjoy this afternoon, and I'll see you guys all later.